Shameless. United in the Europa League. Europa League. Me tell them one time. And we say
Manchester United 1, Omonia 0. A last-minute Scott McTominay winner gives us the victory at Old Trafford. Paulo, got there in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, we got there in the end. I mean, I came into this game expecting goals. We got a goal. So, look, I think we were saying it the whole game. Possession, control, presence, domination. In possession, chances created, but it came down to one opportunity at the end of the game from Scott McTominay. The only thing I can say about this game is we looked good in possession. I thought we played out from the back. We were dominant from start to finish. It's Omonia. We can't really say, yeah, we're going to go to Newcastle and do bits. We can't really say that. What we can say is that we're playing more under Ten Hag's style of football. That's what he wants to see. And look, yeah, he would have been disappointed with us not scoring more goals. But he's probably proud of the way we played in terms of, he wanted possession style football. That's what he wanted. And we got it today, but we weren't clinical in front of goal.
No, we weren't clinical. Obviously, we had, how many shots is it? 34, something like that. 13, 14 on target. Ridiculous numbers. Is the positive that despite not being clinical, we get the victory late on. That shows character. Whereas in the past, you could argue Manchester United, a thing you would associate with them is having no character.
No, absolutely. I mean, look at last season. I mean, we went behind and in the Champions League, Atalanta, we look at Villarreal. Those are games we struggled to get back into the game. But we also saw games like Man City and Liverpool and Leicester and Watford where we absolutely bottled it. And yeah, this game, it took courage. It took a strong mental part of the game. And that's what we saw from the players today. We saw players like Rashford stand out. I was quite surprised that we kind of saw the opposite of Ronaldo today in comparison to last week. We saw a lot of missing chances. We saw a lot of him in the game last week. But today, he didn't get as many falling for him. Rashford stood out a lot to me. I thought he was very good in the first half in particular. Of course, Bruno is a big talking point for us. I thought that a lot of his passes were good, but, inconsistencies when it comes to set pieces and crosses. And again, I'm worried about fullback. Because the low plays the whole 90 minutes. I think we expected Malacia to stay on and be shifted to right back. But yeah, it shows courage, it shows character, but, we got there in the end.
What do you think about Bruno? Of course, he was quite wasteful today. During the match view, a lot of the live chat was saying that he was being wasteful with the ball. He was forcing it. He was trying too hard or being a bit erratic up front. Does Ten Hag have a bit of an issue in that? Who does he replace him with? Who could, if Bruno is having a bad period or having a bad game, who do you replace him with?
I think most people's answer would be Van der Beek, but he's injured at the moment. So it's like we are in a position right now where we do not have the squad depth to perform consistently, unfortunately. We don't have the squad depth to be confident about the team that we play and win games, unfortunately. We struggle to even, get a goal in the back of the net, So if you're going to replace Bruno, I mean, we said this in the stream, I think that you can play Eriksen in a number 10 role. And like you said, why not play two number 8s? If you look, Bruno played as a number 8 under Sporting, but now he's been played as much more as a number 10 and sometimes even a centre forward. They occupy the same space, Ronaldo and Bruno. We see that constantly in every game they play together. But I would like to see a midfield of Casemiro, McTominay and Eriksen. I think there's a lot more balance. You're going to get that work rate from either way from McTominay. Casemiro is a player who I think he's growing. I thought we saw a lot from Casemiro today. Not as much defensively because it's Omonia. They're not going to give us much of a threat. Except on the counter. And we saw against Everton what we saw today, much more of an attacking input in the game from Casemiro. So I think that's the midfield three I would like to see, Casemiro, McTominay and Eriksen. But then if McTominay has a shambles of a game eventually, everyone will say, take him out, put Bruno back in, But we have seen good combination from Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno at times this season. And it's going to take time for Ten Hag to figure out his starting 11.
You mentioned that you thought Rashford was bright during the game. Was it, again, just a case of it not being his day? Had pretty much every single shot he had was saved by the goalkeeper. Yeah. Is the positive that he was getting in those positions, having those shots, and on another day they'll go in?
Yeah, I think on a different day they're going in. We have to respect their goalkeeper because he made some absolute crazy saves. I mean, we said we didn't want the other goalkeeper to start, but this one was even better. So I'm thinking, Jesus. But no, on a different day, I think it goes in for Rashford. I think that, yes, there were some chances that he should have put in. The rebound from Anthony's shot Come on, cleaner, you need to put a cleaner shot there and it goes in. But I thought he was very bright, very skillful. His pace is always something that's crazy, and there's always a threat. So I thought Rashford was good. And on a different day, those goals are going in.
You mentioned Anthony. He got subbed for Jadon Sancho, probably because he's just played so many games, but also he was having a bit of a quiet day as well. What did you make of Anthony's performance?
It's a tough one with me with Anthony, because this whole season we've seen glimpses on the pitch and we say, yeah, he looks good in possession, but then you see inconsistencies in his performance. I've said a couple times now, I feel like Anthony, he kind of slows down our progression. And I said that to you in the beginning of the stream. I feel like at times when he's on the ball, when he sees the overlap from the low, he doesn't pass. And it kind of slows everything down, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes you want to slow things down and keep rotating the ball. But I feel like at times, yes, even though our crossing wasn't good today, sometimes you just never know. You put that pass in the overlap and Delo might put in a good cross and you've got Ronaldo there in the box. And we need to take more advantage from that. And Bruno didn't do well in terms of the set pieces today. But I thought Anthony, very inconsistent performance. And everyone will say, but he's got 3 goals and 3, doesn't he? But he should have scored that goal. But I hope to see more from him, especially in terms of more creation. I feel like Rashford, Ronaldo and Anthony, in terms of balance, is not really the best because both players are going to cut in. And yeah, I just want to see more of his creative side.
Cristiano Ronaldo as well. No Portuguese bias. No Portuguese bias. But a bit of a quiet one for him tonight. If anything, you would have looked at that game and said, if only one of those clear-cut chances would have fallen to him, it would have been perfect, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Fred opportunity from the header, if that's Ronaldo, I think that's going in. What else can we say? I mean, Jesus, I can't even remember all the opportunities that we had, but it's a weird one because, like I said, last week he had so many opportunities and he missed quite a lot. But this game, I didn't see. I thought his all-round game was pretty good. The link-up play, sometimes you look at Ronaldo, some of his passes are quite poor at times. But I thought his all-round game was pretty good, but just not enough. We created so many chances, but not enough for him, which is the player who we want to see get chances. So not much to say about him, to be honest. I think there's more to say about Rashford, about Casemiro, less about Ronaldo today.
And finally, Luke Shaw, of course, came on for Terem Malacia, who started the game. Would you expect Shaw now to start at the weekend against Newcastle?
Yeah, I would have started him. I think I like Malacia. I think he's a good player, but he's still young. I think that, like I said to you on the stream, I think he's somewhat one-footed. I don't think he's particularly that mobile as well. And someone said on the stream that he's like the left-back Wan-Bissaka, but I don't think he is. I think he's a better passer of the ball. What Luke Shaw offers is a lot more physicality, and I think he's a better passer of the ball than Malacia, which you can expect. Luke Shaw has so much experience in this team. I would have started him anyway. We don't see enough crosses from Malacia, and sometimes he can get himself in trouble in possession. You can see sometimes if he doesn't put the pass in, he gets pressured and he struggles to deal with him. He struggles to deal with it. We saw that last week when he against Omonia where he hit the pass from Sancho. So I would put Luke Shaw straight in against Newcastle and see what happens.
And are we going to win the group?
I don't know, It's a tough one, Owen. It's a tough one. I think that we can win this group, but that performance against Sociedad was poor. So we need to put in a performance against Sociedad. We don't historically do well with Spanish teams. So I think we can still win. I think we can still win that game. But let's wait and see. Let's go after Sheriff first. Let's get a good performance then we'll go on to Sociedad.
There you go. One game at a time, but tonight is a victory.